My life before Jesus was unfulfilling. My dad was a framer. I ended up working at a lumber yard, did manual labor most of my life. Never went to church, really. I put a lot of human characteristics on God, just a lot of our emotions, like anger, but I didn't think that far into it back then. Honestly, I used him as a genie. I mean, if I wanted something, I would ask for it. The first time I met Samantha was at a bar with a family section that a friend of mine cooked at, and she needed a date to prom. I proposed to her on Christmas Eve, and then we got married. About 8 months after we got married, I got pneumonia to the point to where I had to be in a medically induced coma for 2 weeks. When I woke up, I couldn't move. Like, my muscles had atrophied enough to where I couldn't sit up. I couldn't lift my arms up. I'd coughed so hard I'd broken a bunch of blood vessels in my eyes. I was in the hospital for a month. I was off work for 4 months. That was a strain on our marriage. I worked for another about 3 years after I got better, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was applying for disability, and I drank heavy then. I didn't really care about anything, like, at all. She was just done, and I was done. Like, she said she wanted to file for divorce, and I didn't really fight it. I was hurt. I was depressed. Didn't feel like anybody was really listening. And a friend of mine invited me to his church. I just didn't really have anything else to do anyway, because I was going through the divorce. I mean, I still had a belief in God. I don't remember when the message actually clicked, but I enjoyed the message of God as a friend, not just some high-in-the-sky overseer. I don't have a specific salvation moment. I have a lot of little ones over time. There's a part in the Bible, I don't know the exact part, but he talks about making a heart of stone flesh, and I could actually feel God do that. Before we got married, Jim wanted to meet with me and my wife, Samantha. One of the first questions out of his mouth was, if you were to go to heaven and stand before Jesus, why would he let you in? And my answer was, because I'd been good. Me and my Uncle Jimmy met for dinner again, and he asked me the same question about if I were to stand before God, why would he let me in? And I proclaimed that it would be Jesus. And then he told me about how he'd prayed for my salvation every Thursday since I was born. From my perspective about Jesus, he lived his life and died on the cross so I can experience God's mercy. And I don't have to carry the weight of the things I've done or my mistakes and come closer to God.